You know what? For the life of me, man, I don't get these guys, man. These dudes is like bitter ex-wives, man. We know you used to have a ring, but it's like, you don't no more. You're divorced, and you've been divorced for 25 years, and still nobody loves you. Nobody's proposed to you since. And it's our fault. It's our fault. We supposed to feel bad. We supposed to feel some type of way for you because we like our roster? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We're delusional because we like our roster? This is the stuff that these guys are saying, man. This is the stuff that these guys are saying. They hurt. They hurt. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. They hurt. I don't get it. I don't get where they coming from. I don't even get their angle no more. They so upset and they so obsessed with us, but they swear that it's the other way around. What do we got to be obsessed with y'all for? What if y'all won? Y'all ain't win nothing in a long time. We own the NFC East, man. And I'm getting sick and tired of having to say it. You know? We own the NFC East. And for some reason, y'all think y'all do. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Let me tell you guys something about Stockholm Syndrome. These guys are oppressed. The Dallas Cowboys are oppressed. The fan base they're oppressed. They're slaves to their organization. Slaves to the organization, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. If nobody ain't gonna tell you the truth, Lord Brunson is. They slaves to the organization, man. They are defending somebody who doesn't care about them. When's the last time your organization made moves to put you in position? When's the last time? Since we won our Lombardi, we've been a good franchise. Period. Period. When's the last time your organization put you in position? They haven't put you in position. We should feel the way we feel about our roster, and we can't let these haters tell us that we delusional. No, we built a good roster over the offseason. We brung players back. We drafted well. We should feel good about our roster. The only reason why, yes, I feel like we going to Miami. Let's keep it right there. First of all, yeah, we all feel like we going to Miami. Why shouldn't we feel like we going to Miami? Cause you say so. Let me get up in here. Cause you say so. Cause we feel like we going to Miami. We delusional. I'm gonna tell you why you don't feel like you going to Miami. Cause you scared to feel that way. You scared of the dark. You scared of the dark, man. You scared to feel that way. Don't knock us for having confidence. Listen, don't mix up delusion with confidence. Don't mix it up. Don't mix the two up. It don't make sense. And I'll tell you what else don't make sense. When Dallas Cowboys fans tell Eagles fans they waited 80 years for a Super Bowl. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to think about that. We waited 80 years for something that only been around 52 years? They don't even think before they speak. They don't even think before they speak, man. I'm telling you, man. They don't think before they speak. I wanted to do an official video on this. These guys suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. Jerry Jones has been whipping them up and down the street for 25 years, pimping them. They still buying the jerseys, they still buying the merchandise, and they only won 3 playoff games in 25 years, or whatever, 20 plus. They are slaves to that uniform. They are oppressed. That's why they lashing out like this. That's why they lashing out like this. They're like a bitter ex-wife, man. I'm telling you, man. And it's kind of sad. It's sad. These guys are crashing and burning. Mark my words. 5 years from now, it's going to be they ain't do nothing in 30 years. They ain't do nothing in 30. They going to turn into what our fan base used to be, man. They going to start booing Santa Claus. They going to start throwing batteries at cheerleaders. They going to turn into what our fan base used to be. That's what they looking like. Yo, they looking like old Eagles fans. They're looking like how our fan base used to be. But we're no longer like that. We're royalty now. We got jewelry in the modern era of football. In 2 eras. We beat Lombardi and Belichick. How many franchises can say they did that? How many franchises can say they did that? We not new to this, man. We not new to this. Y'all want to say only Super Bowls matter? Okay, well, the Super Bowl trophy is named after Lombardi. It's named after a guy who made winning the world title popular. Y'all guys, man, I don't understand you, man. I just don't understand you. I don't understand you, man. You worry about us because we good. Now, I get it. We're in the same division. But I know what you're suffering from now. Stockholm Syndrome. It's Stockholm Syndrome. You're lashing out because you're trash. Listen, if we were trash, I would say it. I would be saying we trash, we need to do X, Y, and Z. Being as though I don't have any corrections to make at the moment means we're good. But you know who is trash? The Dallas Cowboys are trash. Yeah, you might have made the playoffs. Yeah, your last 3 years gave you something to hope for, but you still trash. It's all about winning the Super Bowl at the end of the day, and you ain't do that in 20 plus years. So what you continue to do, you continue to deflect. You continue to try to say Dak is better than Wentz. You continue to try to say this, that, and the third. But your coach is trash. Your team is trash. You're not deep enough to make a playoff run. Your roster is not deep at all. Your stars are on the front line. We got stars on the bench. That's why we feel good about what we're doing right now. That's why we can say we can say that we're going to Miami. The Browns got a better roster than y'all. The Browns got a better roster than y'all. Why do you think that you're not on no list for having a top 10 offense? We are, though. We are. We're on the list for having a top 10 offense. Why do you think you're not on the list? You're not good enough. Why do you think that the Eagles got the better odds to win a division? Because you're not good enough. You were good. We're not living in the past no more with y'all, man. We're going to keep it a buck with y'all. You are a slave to that uniform. You've been trashed for how long? And you still buying jerseys? You know what? I'm not calling you the Dallas Cowboys no more. Y'all the Pluto Cowboys. Y'all the Pluto Cowboys to me. And I'm explaining to you why. Some of y'all treat y'all stadium like you need a passport to go to a game. 70% of y'all never been to a Dallas Cowboys game. But you a Cowboys fan? The stadium not in Pluto, boss. The stadium is in Texas. Your stadium is in a state, in the continental United States. You don't need a passport to go to a Cowboys game. Newsflash. You need a couple dollars, a plane ticket, and a night in a telly. You don't need a passport to go to a Cowboys game. You don't. You don't. It's right there. It's right there. You can point at it. You can point in the direction. You don't got to cross a body of water to go to a Cowboys game. You know what? I'll give you another hint. You could even get there from Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. It's accessible. It's accessible. So some of y'all wanna talk about the Eagles and never even been to a Cowboys game. I've been to Veterans Stadium and the Link. So therefore, my fandom trumps 60% of Cowboys fans already. I don't care if you got 5 Super Bowls. Have you ever seen your team play? Have you ever witnessed, have you ever walked the halls of that stadium? Have you ever? No, you probably haven't. So me and you are not the same. You're not like us Eagles fans. We act like we had a Super Bowl before we had a Super Bowl. And now that we got it, y'all sick. Enjoy the rest of the video. Desperate Housewives. Let's get back to the whiteboard real quick. So I want to talk about, situational defense and what I think some of the best situations for us to be. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'll bring it closer. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but you should be able to see that. So listen, we're going to talk about situational defense. Now right here, you got the defensive line. Now this formation right here is ideally a formation for probably any situation besides a goal line or a red zone front. So this is like middle of the field. So let's imagine this. Imagine we got them. Imagine this is the situation. You're at a second and 2. Teams usually like to take a shot in that situation. So in my opinion, you got your edge rusher, which is going to be Brandon Graham, and your other edge rusher most likely is going to be Derek Barnett. Those guys are so interchangeable depending on fatigue or depending on the situation of the game. But let's say everybody's fresh. So you got Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett coming off their respected edges. Always going to probably have Fletcher Cox if everybody is fresh. And this guy, you don't know who this guy is going to be yet. Between Malik Jackson and Tim Jernigan. It depends on who shows up the best, I guess, in preseason or during the season or in camp. Now, a situation where a team could take a shot. If I'm the coach, I want to leave Darby out there, because you never know. I want to leave Darby probably on the fastest guy on the outside. I'm going to leave Darby and I'm going to leave Rasul right here. If I think you're going to take a shot, or you're in a position to take a shot, I'm going to leave Rasul right here in one of the spots where you would see like an outside linebacker. This will always be Zach, our new addition. This will always be Zach right there in the middle. He got the speed. He can cover whatever. He can cover. He can cover. And then you're going to probably have Nigel Bradham right here. And this guy right here is going to be a big question mark for me on the other side of the corner. You already got two corners out there. So in a situation where you think they could take a shot, do you want Jalen Mills out here? But he got safety help though. So yeah, I'm not concerned with having Jalen Mills right here in this situation because he got safety help. If he get beat on the double move, this safety, whether it's Malcolm Jenkins or Rodney McLeod, they'll have to, make sure that you gotta help him. You gotta help him more on this side than you gotta help these other guys because they're not going to so much get beat by double moves. And I think that I'm going with this. No, actually, if I think you're going to take a shot, give me Crevion LeBlanc. Give me Crevion LeBlanc right there then. Give me Crevion LeBlanc. And then you can change out Jalen Mills in this position with Rasul Douglas, depending on how you're feeling. Give me Crevion LeBlanc. In an ideal situation, in an ideal passing situation, I want to keep my defensive line as I already said. I want to stay out there with Barnett, Graham, Cox, and probably Malik Jackson. And I'm going to, on my outside, say if these guys split us 4 wide, on my outside, I am going with Ronald Darby. I'm going with Crevion LeBlanc. I'm going with Rasul Douglas. And I'm going with Maddox, man. I just don't see Jalen Mills being a top guy on the roster this year in a passing situation. That's no knock to Jalen Mills. It's just high praise and the evolution of Crevion LeBlanc and Avonte Maddox, man. I think Avonte Maddox will see a lot of snaps at the cornerback position. A lot of snaps that was supposed to go to Sidney Jones. I think Avonte Maddox will eat them all up. Because we got Rodney McLeod coming back. Malcolm Jenkins is already healthy. And we added Countess, excuse me if I'm getting his name wrong. And we added Countess. Maddox was only asked to play safety in some situations when Rodney McLeod went down. And we were short safeties. We got safeties now. I think this is a top 5 defense, man. This is a top 5 defense, man. I can't dispute it. I can't dispute it. Since we won the Super Bowl, we've been good, and it don't look like that's going to change anytime soon. All these guys are interchangeable pieces, man. I mean, say you didn't want Cox out there, you could definitely go with Malik Jackson, Vinny Curry. You could definitely go with Vinny Curry, Tim Jernigan. You could definitely go with Tim Jernigan, Vinny Curry, Malik Jackson. You could mix these guys up, man. Your edge, Graham, Sharif Miller. It's just so much. You got so many cornerbacks. The depth on this team screams a trip to Miami, in my opinion. And man, nobody's going to be able to make me feel any type of way about that or make me feel different about that, man. Based on these guys' insecurities, man. We feel good about our roster because look at the holes that we feel. We have no holes right now. If you're looking for a hole right now in the Philadelphia Eagles roster, then that means you're just nitpicking. You just worried. There's no holes. Only thing that can stop this team this year is injury. I'm telling you, injury. And the BS sticks defense that I don't want to see. And we'll get into that on the next whiteboard edition. Nothing can stop us, man. Let's get it. Lord Brunson back at you. Back at you.